Good morning. As you can see, things are starting to turn back to normal and I've had a haircut. Finally got short hair again. This is my last assembly for a little while because Friday is the end of term, so we'll break up for the summer. And then when we come back in September, everyone will be back, and it's very, very exciting that we'll have school up and running again. We won't be doing whole school assemblies when we start back at school, so I will carry on recording these for a few weeks to come yet. Today we are on D, P-R-O-U-D, for dynamic duck, and I've had to think long and hard about the person that I would like to choose as a dynamic person, and I've chosen a schoolgirl from Sweden who's done an awful lot to change the whole world because she got up and decided to do something about the things she didn't agree with. She is a very, very dynamic young lady. This is Greta Thunberg. She is a schoolgirl from Sweden, and I've chosen Greta as my example of a dynamic duck because she's worked so hard to tell people about what she believes and to try and make changes that will make the world a better place. When she was 11 years old, Greta heard that the world was suffering because of climate change. She started to read about this and was amazed that so little was being done in the fight against it. Greta was so worried about the changes that it started to make her ill. She didn't eat well and lost a lot of weight. At this time, she wasn't very dynamic and didn't feel that she could change other people, let alone the world. Greta decided that she had to start to do something about climate change. When she was 13, she decided to start with what she could change and got her parents to give up meat, recycle everything they could, and stop using aeroplanes to travel. Greta's mum was a successful opera singer. Giving up flying meant she would have to give up a lot of her work. As Greta's parents were worried about her, they agreed that they would do these things. This gave Greta hope that she could get other people to change. This is where she starts to become really dynamic. She works really hard to try and make people change how they behave so that they can do more to help the environment. In 2018, Greta decided to do something more. She went to the Swedish Parliament where all the leaders of her country were. She'd wanted other children to come with her and not go to school, but no one else was interested. And she stood outside with a poster which said, "School strike for climate." And she sat outside the Parliament every day for 3 weeks. On the first day of her protest, she put a photograph on Instagram and Twitter, and this was seen by other people who believed in what she was doing. And on the second day, people started to join her. Soon, thousands of people followed her. Greta then went back to school but continued to protest on Fridays, and this was copied by children around the world who also want people to do more to protect the environment. Greta was now so famous that she was invited to America to speak at the United Nations, and she also spoke to Parliament in Europe and France and at the Houses of Parliament in London. She even met the Pope and Barack Obama. So I hope you can see how Greta Thunberg has been a truly dynamic person. She's got up and fought for what she believed in and made things happen, hasn't just sat and complained that things need to change. She's been the change that she wanted to see. And there was a famous quote that says, "Be the change that you want to see in the world." So Greta Thunberg got up and did that, and everybody knows who she is because of how dynamic she is and how hard she fights to change the world to be a better place.